Hello stampers, this is Yana Smakula. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll show you how to create a beautiful, modern-looking Christmas card with lots of gorgeous, sparkling lights featuring Party Lights stamp set. I've started to work on my card by placing the 3 string of lights stamps onto a panel of teal cardstock. It's actually the same color cardstock I used in my previous video for my favorite things. Now, I want to heat emboss those lights in brass embossing powder, so I'm treating the paper with anti-static powder tool. I'm spreading the powder evenly on the paper with the help of a dry paintbrush, and next I'm inking the stamps up with clear embossing ink. I will stamp these images twice to cover the entire card front. Now, you can also overlap these to give them a tangled look if you like. The light strings are also long enough to be stamped on a landscape card. And because there are 3 separate images, it's not one background, it's separate images, you can easily customize your backgrounds and make them your own. Also, you don't have to have whole backgrounds. You can just stamp the lights at the top of your panel or at the bottom or in the middle and combine them with other images from your stash. I've covered the panel with brass embossing powder, and now I'm using my heat tool to melt the powder and set it in place. Next, I'm repeating the process and completing my background with these fun strings of lights. The light bulb images are separate in this stamp set, allowing you to stamp them in different color of ink. We also have a die to die cut light bulbs out from different colors of cardstock, which gives you a lot more options and flexibility when using this stamp set. I personally love sets that are well designed and well thought out, such as this one. It's always a pleasure to use them for my card making. With my background ready, I'm going to add some ink blending. This will darken the edges of the cardstock, but will keep the center of the panel light, creating a glowing illusion. The center of the panel will sort of glow. It is a particularly fabulous trick for Christmas cards as it somehow adds a lot of warmth to them. I'm using a dark blue ink for the ink blending and also just a little bit of black, just barely around the edges of my panel. Now, if you don't have colored cardstock like the one I'm using here, you can also heat emboss the strings of lights on white cardstock and simply ink blend the background using various colors of ink. I find it much easier to start with a colored cardstock panel of the color that I like. And this way, I have to do significantly less ink blending to create the same kind of look. I used the light bulb die included in this set, and I die cut a bunch of colorful bulbs from glitter paper in various colors. I picked white, gold, and a red for my card, but I also tried using teal glitter paper and magenta paper just for fun, to see how that would look. I used my handy crystal katana tool to position all of the lights on the background. I tried to alternate colors to avoid having too many red or too many white lights. That seemed to have worked really well and gave me a nice and balanced look. Next, I used a bit of glue and adhered each of the die cut pieces onto the background. While the glue was drying, I heat embossed a sentiment for this card using a message from the Bitty Holiday Wishes stamp set. I heat embossed it in the same brass embossing powder on white cardstock. I heat set it using my heat tool and foam mounted it onto the card. Next, to add some glossy shine to each of the lights, I added a generous coat of Nuvo drops in Morning Dew. You can use any other similar product for this, such as glossy accents, for example. I set the background aside to dry overnight, and that finished my card. I had a blast making this custom lights background, and I'm really looking forward to creating additional backgrounds like this in the future. I hope you'll give this idea a try. If you do, please share online and tag us on social media. We always love seeing what you guys are making. Subscribe now and hit that bell icon not to miss any new card making tutorials. Thanks for watching. Love you guys. I'll see you next time.